First thing you do, of course, when you're making apple pie is you want to chop up those apples very thin and nicely. As my husband reminded me earlier, no chunky apples for the apple pie. So don't worry, Marlon, they are nice and thin. Large bowl, you want to add 3/4 cup of granulated sugar, 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, 3/4 of a teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/8 of a teaspoon of ground nutmeg. And make sure to mix really well. Now it's time to add the apples to the flour mixture. And we want to add 1 tablespoon of lemon juice to coat the apples so they don't brown. Okay, now let's mix everything up really well to get the spices and apples and flour and everything yummy mixed together. Okay, now that everything is mixed together really well, and it smells amazing. Oh, I love the smell of cinnamon and sugar, the spices. Everything is just, oof, it smells so good. Anyway, now that everything is ready and it's combined and it's mixed really well, we are going to put it into our pie crust. Now it's time to put this delicious pie filling into a pie crust. I use a ready-made pie crust, but of course you can do a homemade pie crust, which is of course equally delicious. Okay, we are adding the top of the crust. Using a knife, I am putting some slices in here just so we can have some ventilation. And I know my friend Cindy is watching and she's saying, make it pretty. Okay, Cindy, I'll make it pretty. There you go. The pie is now ready to go into the oven to bake. It needs to bake in a preheated oven of 425 degrees for about 40 to 45 minutes until the apples are tender and the crust is browned and golden delicious. Now for the first 15 minutes, you want to make sure to put aluminum foil around the edges of the crust just so the edges of the crust don't burn. That would be a no-no. So we're gonna go ahead and bake it, and I can't wait to share with you how it turns out. Here's what I was talking about, wrapping the edges of the pie crust with aluminum foil. Very important. Okay, now it is time to put into the oven.